Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Philbert Flies and to our first ever live stream in the Aerosoft Twin Otter. So what we're doing today is we are flying this plane from Victoria here on Mahe, I think that's how you pronounce it, the main island of the Seychelles, and we're going to do some real-world flights in it. The first two legs are going to be to Propeller and back, which is a scheduled flight which happens several times each day, and then once we've done that we're going to continue on to Bird Island, which is not served by a scheduled service, but it is flown in the Air Seychelles Twin Otter by charter, in charters. So we're gonna do a little bit of both types of flying here today. Now, as you can see, we have had to use a Solomon's Airlines livery because unfortunately there is not a Air Seychelles livery included with the Aerosoft product at the moment, which is a bit of a shame. But you know, it could well be that one of their aircraft's gone tech and they've hired it in. Make of that what you will. Anyway, a very warm welcome to everyone who's here. Buongiorno, Lilo Micheli, welcome. Nice to have you here. And Linus and Moradin and Mark Burgess. And who else? We've got Philbert's cat, who we still don't know who it is. Nikki, Rasmus, Scott. And is that it? I think that's it. I think that's it for now, yes. But welcome, one and all. It's nice to be back. It's been a little while because of blooming work. And good morning to you. Paul, welcome, boss. Wouldn't it be nice to be in the Seychelles now? Yes, it would. I assume there's an it missing. Rather than, oh, unless something awful's happened in the Seychelles that I'm not aware of. But anyway, nice to have everyone here. Now, I haven't actually flown the release build of this aircraft yet. You may have seen my video on YouTube previewing a beta version, which I thought was quite good. Had a few complaints. There were quite a lot of things not complete. Some of the sounds weren't in. Some of the sounds that were in were a little bit on the dodgy side. And the propeller animations weren't great. And I had one or two little concerns about the flight model, which I couldn't really prove or disprove, because I don't fly these things for real. But anyway, as we go along today, I'm going to be telling you what I think, what it's like to fly, how it feels, and yeah, we'll see how it is. You once landed at this very airport with a CJ4 on your world trip. The runway had a few bumps. Ooh. I have done a little practice on this, and certainly with the FSDG add-on scenery, it's fine. Oh, you had the add-on scenery. Oh, really? I guess I only used a very small part of the runway, so it could be that I just haven't experienced them yet. Were they the sort of little bumps that kill you, or were they the sort of little bumps that just make you bounce around a bit? We've got a few people with us today. We are in MSFS multiplayer on the Southeast Asia server. Zitira! Good morning, good morning. Thank you very, very much for the resub at Tier 1. Much appreciated, boss. I'm very well, thank you. How are you? They were little murder bumps, right? I'm just getting out the way a little bit so we can see who's here. This aircraft is a static. Here we have Triduan in a King Air. We have Paul in a Twin Otter, same as us. And over here we have Wojciech in an A330 thing. No, he's flying the DC-6, I believe. I don't have the DC-6, that's why he's showing up as a generic. Might get the Kodiak at the weekend. Kodiak's a fantastic plane. I highly recommend it. Yeah, I hope you do. So yeah, so there are 4 of us at the moment, and there was another somebody who we don't know in MSFS multiplayer, who has now departed, I think. So yeah, we seem to have the airport to ourselves, which is rather nice. And that, of course, is the beauty of the Southeast Asia server. Good morning, Pete. How are you? Ah, Sam. Sam Pete. I'm just going to call you Sam Pete from now on. The Emirates is a static. Yes, it is. Yep. Yes, so what else did I... Oh, yes, I wanted to mention the audio. I was messing around with my mic settings before, and for a long time I had no sound, up until, in fact, 7 minutes to 10. So I've tried to get them right, but do I sound okay? Is it okay? Can you hear all of my breaths? Is it too loud, too quiet? Give me some feedback on the sound, and I'll try and make a few tweaks as required. I remember the last time you had bumps in the runway. They were crevices shearing JFK in half. Perfect. The sound is good. Good. Oh, good. So my mad, panicked moving of sliders was just the thing then. Just oh, Linus, bless you. Yeah, good. Right, okay. I guess we should do some setting up. So let's get the doors closed. This one and this one at the back. They have, I complained, well, it was a very mild complaint, but I did have a little whinge about how quick the animations were, and it's nice to see that they've slowed them down and made them a little bit more realistic in the release build. You love some island hopping in the way, so do I, Generic Pilot 1, and welcome to the stream. Weird you can't see the DC6 since you have the... That is weird. But then MSFS multiplayer is, as we know, a little on the buggy side. So, yeah. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is make sure that the parking brake's set, and it is. We are going to release the control locks. We're going to make sure that the emergency fuel switches, which are up here, are in normal, which they are. Fuel boost pumps down here should be off. Which they were not. So now they are. The radio master switches, we're going to leave them alone, but it should be off, I think. Cabin lights and signs, so we'll head up to the overhead panel and set them. So no smoking and fasten belt can come on. Flight compartment lights can come on. The beacon light can come on as well, which is the anti-collision light. And I'm going to put the position light on as well. It's not listed on the checklist, but as far as I'm aware, whenever you have power to an aircraft, you should have your nav lights on, so we're going to do that. Am I still planning on flying tomorrow? Probably not, Treeduan, unfortunately. I'm going out for a walk with a friend. But depending on what time I'm back, if I can, then I will. How's your ATC controlling going since we last spoke? Had a mental breakdown because updates were 30 gigabytes and download speed was 900 kilobytes. Oh, Christ. That is very, very slow. Even without taking into account the ridiculous way MSFS updates itself. I assume we're talking MSFS, right? They have made animations more realistic. They used to close like you slam. Yes, exactly, yeah. The fuel pumps are off by default. It just doesn't look it. These were definitely on. They're off now. But aren't they? Oh, no, you're right. You are right. It's the middle position, isn't it? Yeah, you are right. Thank you, Paul. Glad we cleared that one up. Right, Peter He is off. Generator switches. We'll check those. Dan1066, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Generator switches, generator switches, generator switches. They are off. Flaps should be up. Let's just check that they are. Yes, they are. Fuel levers should be off. And they are. Propeller levers should be full forward or feathered. They are feathered at the moment, so we'll leave them there. Power levers should be flight idle, so 10% forward, something like that. And the ignition switch should be normal. And it is. They've also added in all the missing switch sounds, which is good to see. Nothing previous Saturday was the only day. Oh, okay, right. Had a mental breakdown, yeah. You don't fly MSFS very often and couldn't stand that whenever you just wanted a quick flight you had to download 20 gigabyte updates. I mean, it's only roughly once a month, Linus. It's only once a month. It is a pain, I know, it is a pain. But it's the only way this sim is gonna get more reliable, I think, unfortunately. Battery master switch can come on. Ooh, they've missed out DC master from this short checklist. That should definitely come on first. I remember that from the long checklist. There we are. We have power. We're going to check the fuel quantity, which is sufficient for these two flights. And we're going to get the engine started. So we'll start the right engine first. Right boost pump can come on. That's a good noise. And we're going to engage the right start switch, and we're going to pop outside and see what's going on with the propeller animations, because they definitely needed some work. This is where we find out nothing's going on with the propeller animations. Oh no, here we go. There's no sound at all, though, which is a little odd. Well, there seems to be some sound slowly starting to happen. That's not great, is it? That is not great. Anyway, that's fine. So we're going to check that the NG has risen, that the oil pressure is rising. It's probably already risen by now. Yep, that's up there in the yellow. And now we're going to bring the fuel levers on full forward for the right engine. And suddenly the sounds kick in, both inside and outside. So that's, you know, it's better than they were, obviously, in the beta build, but to have a totally silent engine while the propeller's spinning is not great, I think we can agree. We're going to now check the oil pressure again. That's settled down nicely. We're going to check that the NG is stable, which it is, and monitor the gauges. Good, engine start switch can go into the centre position, and then we'll do the same for the left engine. So again, we're looking down here for a rise in oil pressure, looking for the GG percent increasing, and it doesn't say on this particular checklist, but I seem to remember at 12% you can add in the fuel. Little bug there, yes. So once the engines are started, they sound pretty reasonable. The sounds shouldn't be different for external view to drone view, should they? But next time, for the next leg, I'll do that. We'll see. Sounds seem to be on-off at a certain point instead of being gradual. Yes, they do. They do. Yeah, MSFS updates overnight, I think, are the way to do it. Goodness me, it's loud. It's so loud. I'm going to turn my MSFS volume down a little bit so that you can hear me. Oh, that's weird. It's not sticking. That's a bit better, isn't it? This is the FSDG scenery. I got it from Aerosoft. It's available from loads of places. So if you just Google MSFS Seychelles, you'll find it. Good, so that's 2 good engine starts. We are going to... Gosh, this checklist is really incomplete. Really incomplete. Doesn't mention anything about unfeathering the props or bringing the props forward, but I happen to know that's what we're doing now. So for those of you who don't understand what the hell I'm banging on about, the manual has 2 checklists. It has a short checklist and a long checklist, and that's new in the release build. It didn't have it before, so I thought, oh, I'll just print out the short checklist and follow that. But there's quite a lot missing from it, so we might all die, but we probably won't, so it's fine. Another hover plane, yeah, someone without the scenery. King here is Jesus. Oh dear. Yeah, the checklist is from Aerosoft, yeah, it's in the manual, yeah. Anyway, we've got our propellers full forward. What we'll do now is, we don't need pitot heat because it's hot here, but we'll turn on the taxi lights. We'll turn on the generators. I think it... Oh yes, that it does mention the generators, at least. Radio master switches should be on, I believe, this being the default MSFS thingamajigs that they come on automatically. Yep, they do. Compass and gyros should be set. Again, we would obviously want to check our heading bug against the compass. Where have they put the blimmin' compass? Can't see it. I know. I'm sure I've seen it before. No, I can't see a compass anywhere. Is that a compass? No. It's a temperature gauge. So as you can see, it's about 30 degrees allegedly. So that's yeah, definitely don't need any pitot heat today. You don't understand why they rush out things incomplete, nor do I. Nor do I. Don't get me wrong. I liked it even in the beta version. It's a fun plane to fly. But yes, there are always bugs, there are always things missing. We'll press B to set the local pressure, which is 1010 or 29.82, whatever they use here. Anti-collision and position lights are on. I believe I did that. Yes, I did. Caution lights. We should only have appropriate caution lights. Boost pumped 1 and 2 aft pressure. Now, I thought I'd turn that on, but perhaps I didn't. And now we can taxi out. Ah, there's the compass. There it is. So compass is showing heading 130, and our heading bug is also showing 130, our heading instrument. Seems to be the standard in the gaming industry now. Yeah, it does. It does. Hopefully Aerosoft push resources to the A330. Yes, I hope so. I hope so. I hope so. Right, let me just... yeah, well done, Macrofly. You're a little ahead of me, I think. Just going to get my old track IR working so we can look around. Nothing worse than not being able to look around you while taxiing. Speedboat Simulations, thank you very much for the follow. So we'll release the parking brake and we'll go and line up. And this plane is fitted with an autopilot, which we might use later on. But from what I've read about these Twin Otters, they don't normally have autopilots fitted. So we're mostly going to do some hand flying today. Firstly, because it's more fun. Secondly, because it's more realistic. But perhaps in the longer leg later on to Bird Island, or today if I get a little bored and want to show you some outside views, we'll use the autopilot then. You'd be very worried if you heard your pilot say, "Where's the compass?" Is that the compass? Yeah, and rightly so, Linus. Now the checklist says that we should take off with at least one stage of flaps, so I'm going to extend a stage of flaps. I'm going to turn on the strobe light as we enter the runway. And let's get the flight compartment fans on as well. And we're going to line up on runway... the one that points to the left. Whatever the hell that is. So we'll just do a short backtrack because this bit needs virtually no runway to take off. So we don't need to spend ages taxiing all the way down it. And after takeoff we're going to make a right turn and follow the line on the GPS basically. Easy peasy. Don't need any anti-ice, don't need autopilot. So we'll do the before takeoff checklist. Fuel pumps should be on, which they are. Flight instruments checked. Propeller levers are full forward. Auto feather should come on now, so that's this one here. Flaps set 10 or 20, we've got flaps 10 set. Pitot heat we don't need. I'm having to use an awful lot of right rudder to keep this thing straight. Haven't messed with my trims, have I? Sitira! Thank you, boss, for gifting a sub to Linus. Jolly decent of you. And Linus, welcome back, I think, to Club Phil. But this is the other thing. When you turn, it does have a tendency to want to tip over. Same when you use the reverse thrusters, but we'll just have to manage that as best we can by turning incredibly slowly. You've been trying to find the code of the current airport. Hang on. I can tell you this. So it's on my Discord, on the stream announcements. And it is Foxtrot Sierra India Alpha. So I just noticed when I glanced down here that we are actually slightly trimmed to the left, yet we're turning to the right. So setting it to takeoff doesn't seem quite the right thing to do in this situation. But yeah, we'll just stick the power on and hope for the best, I guess. Landing lights I've already done, apparently. I have no memory of doing that. Navcom radios we don't need today. Pitot heat, anti-ice, flight controls are free. Transponder we don't need. Landing lights are on. Caution lights. So it's normal to have a pneumatic low pressure light. The rest are out as they should be. Runway and heading is checked. And I think we're ready to go. I don't know what's going on there. Right, everyone's set, everyone's strapped in. You had to use right rudder too, did you? Yeah, it's weird because... Oh, now I'm having to use left rudder. Maybe the wind is stronger than I thought. Yeah, it's quite a crosswind coming from the right. So I'm having to use a little bit of interwind aileron, and we're off. And best climb is at 85 knots, so we can actually stick the nose quite a long way above the horizon to maintain that. And we can retract the flaps. And we're not climbing very high today. I've had a look at Flight Radar 24, and this flight is usually flown at around about 2,000 feet. So, yeah, halfway there already. Caffel, good morning, boss. So we're doing a sort of a cruise climb here. Let's have a little look outside, because isn't that beautiful? So the FSDG scenery, FSDG scenery is not, on an airport by airport basis, the most impressive. However, the fact that they have done terraforming of the islands and mesh, and the fact that overall the Seychelles looks absolutely amazing, is reason enough to buy it for me. They've got literally every island modelled. So yeah, I'm really quite impressed overall. Alright, 2,300 feet, we're going to trim. And am I going to have a look at the tables included with the manual to get exactly the right torque and propeller settings? Probably not. I'm going to whack them down to about 75%. See, that's not great. When you move the propeller levers back, again, there's sort of a sudden change in sound rather than it being smooth. It's like they just stop one recording and start another one. And we're going to reduce our power levers all the way down so that we're going to be cruising at just under 140 knots, I think, something like that. And we want to fly roughly heading 050 to get to Pralin. Now I'm trusting Wojciech on that pronunciation. That's weird, planes are cool, isn't it? It's not just the entire island, it's all of the Seychelles, all of the islands. Yeah, yeah. It's like they've got a low thrum, which we're hearing now, and a higher thrum for takeoff. Well, for sort of full power or nearly full power. And as I said in my video over on YouTube, it does take an awful lot of trimming constantly. Every time your speed drops a tiny bit or you change your power a tiny bit, you will need to trim if you're hand flying this plane. So as our speed comes off, I'm trimming nose up to keep our altitude. Do you know, Caffel? I did St. Martin to... No, I didn't. I did St. Martin to Saba. Just in the Discord quite recently. It went really well. So yeah, I think soon. Yeah, exactly. You trim like a CJ4. That's a very good way of putting it. Right, there you are. So we're nicely in trim now. We're doing just under 140 knots at 2,200 feet. We are being blown to the right, actually, quite a lot. So I'm having to make some corrections with a bit of left aileron. Now we could try adjusting that with the rudder trim. I don't know. Let's see. The other thing we want to do now is turn off our landing lights. Well, there isn't. No. Do you know what? There's literally no point. It's a 20-minute flight. We'll leave them on, and I bet they do this in real life as well for visibility. Yeah, that's better. Climb checks. Auto feather can come off. Flaps are up. Climb power's set. Landing lights are off. Well, they're not. They're on. Cruise checks. Cruise power set. Nice. So I'm slightly to the right of my track, but it's fine. I know where I'm going. It's to help me to line up with the runway. Good morning, Ian. How are you? Dazza, good. Hello, welcome. You got this bird yesterday, and she is a beaut. She is a beaut. Yeah, she is lovely. Lovely to look at. A lot of fun to fly. A few minor irritations, but yeah, overall, she's a good plane, I think. So what you're saying, pardon me. So what you're saying is that this aircraft makes you like a gym instructor, having to keep it in trim the whole time. Yes, exactly, exactly that. A few white puffy clouds, nothing for us to worry about. It's clear VFR weather overall. Thank you, Offworld. Nice to see you too. The sounds are the main thing. The sounds are the main thing. We were just saying that when you bring the propeller levers back, it sort of turns off one sound and turns on another sound. A sort of a lower pitched thrum, rather than having a sort of a smooth transition. And there was no exterior sound for the right engine until we added fuel. So yeah, there's a few little annoyances. Let me just check my VFR map a second. Make sure I do in fact know where I'm going. Yeah. It doesn't have the airport on, but the airport is here, FSPP. So what they seem to do is a very, very long final. So that's what we'll do as well. Sort of follow the coast of the island around from the sort of, what's the word? Southernmost tip. Southeasternmost tip. And the airport should be over here somewhere. Do you take the rudder trim off? Well, I just did, yes. So I've set it neutral now after takeoff, and it's quite a lot better. Oh, I keep forgetting that when you right-click and drag, you can't actually control the plane anymore. I don't know what Wojciech's doing in his DC-6. Showing off, I believe. Does this aircraft fly better in warmer climates? It seems to prefer it when it's a little hot. Oh dear. Will I be making a tutorial for the Twin Otter, boss? Probably not, boss. Probably not. I don't know any Twin Otter pilots to help me with it. And I find just being someone else who reads the manual and then tells other people what the manual says a little boring. Boring, and what's the point? There's going to be lots of tutorials out on it, I'm sure. I know British Av Geek's done some already, and yeah, I'm a bit tight on time at the moment as well. So no, I'm gonna say almost definitely no, but you never know. I might get a bit bored and do one in the end. And rightly so, Macrofly. So you might have noticed I'm just starting a gentle descent now. Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot because A, it's not in the checklist, and B, it's not visible unless you show the yokes. You should turn the yaw damper on, which is this switch here, after takeoff, and turn it off again before landing. I think I might have to switch back to the long checklist because this one is insufficient. I don't have me floats on, Caffel. I don't have me floats on, but I do really want to learn how to use the float versions because there's some lovely routes in Canada, like taking off from the heart of Vancouver at Vancouver Harbour. Is it Vancouver Harbour that they go from? I think it is. Out into various places like Whistler up in the Rockies. I think that'd be a lot of fun. What does the like that to liners? Yeah. So the yaw damper basically corrects for oscillations for yawing that happen. I don't really know why they happen, but they do. So it just sort of dampens that tail motion down a little bit. Well, you turn your damper on and we'll turn. See, I'm quite impressed with these. They're very quick, and they're clearly your own. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Wojciech, go and land your plane and stop flying through mine. Amateur hour in the Seychelles. yeah, Linus is very much the expert on yaw dampers. Just going to check the local pressure is correct, and it is. We'll bring the propeller levers full forward now. And we'll start decreasing our speed to get us in the white arc so we can get our flaps up, and loads of nose up trim while we do that. It is beautiful, isn't it? Oh, it's not you. Oh, okay. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I see a generic stall. Oh, really? Stall at 80 knots with one stage of flaps? Nah, surely not. Yeah, maybe. Let's get a few more flaps out so that we can do 80 knots on the approach. Yeah, the aircraft was descending. We've arrested the descent now, though. It is a beautiful approach. All of these Seychelles Islands are beautiful. So where we're flying, we're flying back to Victoria after this. This is Pralin, and the next airport we're going to is on Bird Island. And Bird Island doesn't really have an airport at all. It's got a strip of grass. And getting quite a lot of nose down trim as I extend the flaps, and yeah, you're basically just landing in a line of trees that they've felled, or sort of a line of X trees, I suppose, in between. Right, have I missed anything on the descent checks? Nah. Yes, yeah, the white arc is the flap extension area. It's this bit here between 95 knots and 60 knots, I guess. Right, flaps are full. And every time I add in a bit of power, I'm having to retrim. Now, I don't know how accurate that is. I don't know. Certainly doesn't happen on my Cessna 152, but it might happen in this. I mean, it does happen as speed increases, but it's not sort of an instant thing. But I'm prepared to accept that because of the propellers mounted on the wings, it could be that the airflow over them does mean you need to trim. It's possible. This is what I mean. I'd love to be able to give you sort of accurate information about how good the flight model is, but I don't think anyone can unless they've flown a Twin Otter, right? So I'm going to tell you about my suspicions, but I can't definitively say. And then there's loads of sync as well when you decrease the throttle. And again, you can hear like the high sound going away and the lower sound coming in.
40, 30, 20, 10.
Welcome. There's the reverse thrust sound, which is different again, but you can hear it just cuts out the normal engine sound and adds that in. And we'll get our flaps up. Baboom! Baboom222, welcome. Thank you very much for the follow. Runway success, thank you. You don't think you'd buy this plane? No, fair enough. To my mind, it does so many interesting routes and it's so versatile that it's probably worth sacrificing. I don't know. If it does the sort of flying you want, I think you'll really enjoy it. It's not the most realistic feeling, it's not the best. But I've really enjoyed it. But then I did get it for free. So would I pay 35 euros for it? I don't know, is the honest answer. I might. But yeah, it's certainly not the very best of the planes that are out there, by a long stretch. Strobe lights off. Now I've got a hunch from looking at photos, not least from Wojciech, that these planes are pointed the wrong way round, and that actually they should have the door to the left. But anyway, we'll line up with this one. There we are. Welcome to Pralin. Very short taxi and haven't had time to do most of my after landing thingamajigs. Strobes come off, shutdown parking brake is set, power levers are in flight idle, propeller levers we can feather now. I think flaps 10 is 105 knots, which is above the white. Oh, really? Ah, I'll have a look at that. Thank you, Johnny. Needs polishing. Yeah, it does. You'd love it just for small hops in remote areas. Yeah, exactly. I think if that's your kind of flying, then it's well worth it. As well as these people being annoying. Yeah, I know. You believe they'll fix it soon? Maybe. They are looking at fixing the auto blending cutting. Good. That's good to hear. You'd not pay 35 at the stage it's at. If they fix the sounds and you think the flight dynamic, then you would. Fair enough. Cyrex, welcome to the channel. Thank you very much for the follow. Linus, you've got to study for maths now. No worries. Thank you for coming by. And see you soon, I hope. Some people have said that because it lands on water, then they will buy it just for that. So for them, they hope that the purchase will be plain sailing. I was awfully worried at the start of that sentence off one that it wasn't going to be a joke. But it was, obviously. Heard they'll keep the right engine running while passengers get off, but guess that's if they don't have to walk around the plane. Oh, really? Interesting. There's a lot of combined Twin Otter knowledge in here today. For small hops, you might just buy the... Yeah, the Kodiak is definitely the better simulated plane of the two. But obviously they have very different uses in real life, so it depends what you're looking for. It is quite a premium price, it is. You consider the complexity of their CRJ, and how many variants and all the different liveries you get with it. And that was 50 euros, I think, wasn't it? So it's only 15 euros more. And although that was buggy on release, I can't help feeling you got a lot more bang for your buck with it than you do with this. But nonetheless, I like it. I like it. 35 euros isn't crazy money for all the variants. You get the Tundra tyres, the cargo variants, the skis, the floats. Skis? I think I'm making that up. Definitely floats, don't think skis. But yeah, it's how much it's worth to you really that matters, isn't it? Okay, so we can get the anti-collision light off for sure. I'm going to shut both engines down, regardless of what's done. Javibas, thank you for the follow, and Danology UK, thank you as well. Welcome both of you. So the thing is, the propellers are feathered, generators can come off, and we can now bring the fuel levers off, which will shut down the engines. Yeah, again, and the sound just fades out, doesn't it? It doesn't really sound like engines turning off. However, the propeller animations have got significantly better in the release build. One go around, but you stuck it on the second time. Well done, Wojciech. Good news. Sorry, what have I missed? Does the Kodiak have an Instamatic camera fitted? It does not. Why? Oh, like Kodak. Took me a minute there. Your last flight was the A340, not a good flight. What happened? What happened? I'm on multiplayer, Rasmus. Yes, I'm on multiplayer. On your screen, you're in the middle of the forest, right? Oh dear. Right. Anyway, let's finish this shutdown checklist quickly. Propeller, fuel boost pumps can come off now. There we are. I do quite like that sound. That seems all right. All light switches can come off, and the battery master can come off. But I don't think we're going to bother. Or maybe we will turn the battery master off. We'll leave the no smoking on. There we are. And taxi light probably should have come off as we took off from Victoria, but never mind. Let's get some doors open, get the punters off, get the next lot on. And yeah, let's have a quick look around Praslin, shall we? Neither JJVYBZ. The overlay on the top is called Bene Overlay. And I use Volanta for flight tracking. I think those are the two things you might have been asking about. At least I think I'm using Volanta for flight tracking. I can't remember if I actually started it. So yeah, as you can see, these FSDG airports are all right. They're all right. They're not the best. There's you know, satellite scenery except on the apron. The terminal modeling's pretty good. The texturing's a little bit so what. But what you're getting is a huge volume of airports and a huge number of accurately modelled islands. All the vegetation's been sorted out, I believe. So yeah, it's a different sort of product. I don't think anything else is quite like it. For me, I think it's quite good value. There's going to be 2 more eSuperfly. 2 more. You think Curieuse Island is a bit off in terms of mesh north of Praslin? Oh really? Oh, that's a shame. The beaches look at. Yeah, so Wojciech Moradin, who supplied the thumbnail that you saw at the start of the stream, has actually been here. My God, what is this? It's like... Who's brought the stupid drone? That is the most ridiculous aircraft I've ever flown. Oh dear, each to their own. Yeah, Bene Overlay it's called, NOV4H, Bene Overlay. Right, we still seem to have some lights on. Probably, I don't know, what did I forget to turn off? Landing lights? No. Still got some noise. Let's just kill the battery. We'll turn it back on in a minute. Yeah, I don't think there's anything in particular I've forgotten there. Yeah, landing lights are off, taxi lights off, position lights off, anti-collision off, strobes are off. Who knows? That drone's showing up as a Piper fee. Oh, really? I don't know. God knows. You definitely got it installed. Oh, you put the reason a bit up in the chat. They look good and real from the aircraft is enough for me. What's that the answer to? Oh, the airports. Yeah, the airports. You think the airports are good? Yeah, I agree. I agree. Right. So I don't think there's anything for it but to fly back again. So let's go through all of that stuff once again. Get her powered up. We've got enough fuel for the return leg, but someone remind me to put a bit in before the flight to Bird Island, if you wouldn't mind. Not the A340 flight issue. Oh, your A3. Oh, sorry, yeah, I missed that. You heard the Kodiak's a bit of a bear to fly. I think it was, but they've done a lot of bug fixes. I've found it quite stable and easy, to be honest with you. The key thing you have to do is make sure that your weight and balance is correct up here in the fuel and payload menu. So it's very important in the Kodiak. Let's add a little bit of weight to this, shall we, actually? It's a little bit front heavy. Oh, now it seems suddenly very back heavy. Oh well. Weight and balance is in the middle. Yeah, the Kodiak I don't find hard to fly. I honestly don't. I think it's really good. FGU IC1 and 2 failed, meaning the landing gear status would not show and had to use gravity extension. Reverse thrust failed. Oh god. Before that flight, engine 3 had to be shut down on go around. Oh my, you've been through the wars, Satira, with that A340. Put a bit more fuel in. Thank you, Offworld. He crashed that to the ground. Oh, I didn't spot that. It looks quite like it would be, I don't know, fairly easy to break apart with a hard landing, isn't it? That weird gyro thing. Okay. Right. Let's get us started up again. We'll put the anti-collision light on. And we'll put the position light on, and we'll push the... Yeah, we'll stick all the lights on. We'll get the battery back online. Propeller levers are still feathered. We'll move the power levers 10% forward. We've checked our fuel quantity. We'll turn our both boost pumps on. And we'll start the right engine. Right, so here we are in exterior view rather than drone view to see if it makes a noise. How do you manage long haul flight? You go to bed in the middle of them, eSuperfly. That's my recommendation. do them overnight. Apparently we can fly on near fumes or something according to the documents. Yes! I didn't know that. I haven't read all the documents. But I'd still rather not have to rely on fumes, you know. Right, let's bung some fuel in it. Yeah, no noise at all. And they did tell me they'd have that sorted out prior to release. Which is a shame that they haven't. But anyway, whatevs. Suppose we should shut the doors, shouldn't we, as well? So, I mean, we've only started the right engine, so it's absolutely fine. But what we don't want is passengers wandering through the spinning propeller of the left engine to get on board. Right, we can unfeather the propeller and move it full forward. This one should still be feathered, but full minimum is absolutely fine as well. Make sure everything's rising as it should be. No worries, Superfly. Fly with open doors. I might be tempted to open one mid-flight. Let's just change the airports around on that overlay. Yeah. It's interesting. It thinks we've already left. I think perhaps Bene Ifle doesn't know where this airport is. Right, and let's whiz through the start of the left engine. It definitely sounds better from inside. There's 12%. Fuel in. Not a lot better, but a bit better. They call it an air taxi, you call it a glorified heli. Imagine the noise of those things flying along. It's true. True. Blood's hell to get off the airframe. Yeah. Is there someone else with me on this stream? You hear other voices? No, it's just me. I hear no other voices. Fly the skydiver. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Oh, never mind, it's your teams. You just realised your teacher has been talking the whole time. God. Were you supposed to be talking to your teacher, Superfly? Right, prop can come forward. Right, power levers. Idle, generator. Now, I believe this... it doesn't say it in the checklist, but I'm pretty sure that what we should be doing with these is actually reset and then let them flick back to on. So that's that done. Radio master switches are on. Compass gyro is set. Altimeters and clocks set. Anti-collision and position lights, which you've already told me to put on, and I have put on. So that's fine. Now I'm going to just try and use this GPS thing. In fact, no, let's not bother. We've got the line to follow. We'll just follow the line. Unless... no, hang on. There might be a way of just reversing the flight plan. I honestly don't know what I'm doing with this. What about... no, let's go down here and we'll put FSIA in. They're really fiddly, aren't they? F S I FSIA. There we are. Enter. Enter. Push. Right, there we are. Now we'll close the flight plan, and yeah, we should have... yeah, we got a route back. Awesome. That was like flying with Philbert at the weekend. You accidentally muted the sound on the stream when MSFS started and asked why you could suddenly hear music. Yeah. There's a mod for that, adds a lot more functionality. Oh really? Menu reverse flight. Oh, thank you everyone, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, don't know what, I've never used these GNS 530s before. Anyway, we now have a route back, that's the main thing. Oh Christ, really? I'll take that on board, Superfly. Thank you for the advice. Okay, let's taxi out. So, taxi light can come on. Release the brakes. And away we go. We'll reset the trim to the takeoff position. While trying to taxi properly. Very, very hard to multitask in this sim. Is the Twin Otter worth it? I think it's good, but not amazing. It's got a few bugs. The airframe is it feels a little odd on approach. I'll say that. I'm not going to say it's not accurate because I have honestly no idea if it's accurate or not. It's not the best aircraft for MSFS, but in my view, the variety of routes that you can do in it, and its usefulness and its sort of novelty, for me, makes it worth it. Now, weirdly, my trim setting buttons on my joystick do not adjust this trim. Don't know why that is. It's very odd. Nor does the trim wheel on the Bravo. But they do work in the air. But the only way to actually get it into takeoff trim, this on down here, is to actually twiddle the knobs, I believe. So that's a bit weird. Generators are on. We don't need bleed. What was I going to do? Oh yes, I was going to turn the taxi light off, and I was going to turn the landing lights on, and strobe light can come on as well. Flaps 10, and we can go. Sadly don't have the scenery, so just thermaling your A3 to NX 100 knots in the vicinity. Okay, even if you did have the scenery, I would suggest probably you might struggle to get an A3 to NX in here. You can taxi off from the taxiway. What do you mean? Wait a little more for a few versions to come out and then buy it. Also wait for Sim Update 8, we'll see what that'll do. We've got someone here in a CRJ, I think. Are you going to move? Or are you just going to sit there? He is going to move. Awesome. Does it, Johnny? That's odd then. Why doesn't mine? It does work because I can feel it acting on the plane, but it just doesn't move that wheel. I wonder if it's something to do with some hangover from the beta version that hasn't been updated. Maybe I need to uninstall and reinstall. Ooh, he went veered off course a little, didn't he? No takeoff. Well, I just wanted to wait for him to get clear. We can take off now. Here we go. Needed a lot of left rudder there. Your damper can come on. Already was. Flaps can come up. And we'll make a turn round to the left back to the main island. How long had I been streaming on YouTube before I got loads of subscribers and views? Blimey, I mean, it didn't really just happen. It wasn't like an overnight thing. I started off with no views and then I slowly got more and more. There wasn't sort of a moment where I suddenly had, went from having virtually no one to having loads. It's pretty linear. Yeah, I spent ages and ages and ages looking for the blooming yaw damper before I discovered it. weather's cleared up. Even those few clouds seem to have gone, which is nice. Right, I'll bring the propeller levers back. And we'll bring the throttles back as well. Get us back into the green arc. I think that's what I'm doing. And we're at 2,700 feet, which will do us just fine. Get it trimmed for this sort of a speed. Actually, we're a little faster than these things fly in reality, so we'll bring the throttle levers a little further back. The way the sound transitions is really weird. You're down up, yeah. Yeah, we were. You never know how to handle props on this. What are you looking for in the gauges? Well, in the manual, there's a chart, there's a table. In fact, I can have a look at it now and we can try and do this properly. Let's try and do it properly at least once, shall we? They really have changed the format of the manual since I last looked at it. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Wheels passenger variant. Pressure altitude. So this is sort of maximum. Maximum cruise power, normal cruise power. So we're looking for 75% NP and 1650 RPM. So, 75% of NP. Well, we'll do the RPM first. So we're looking for 1650, which is what we're on here. But where's the NP? Oh, hang on. No, there's the propeller. There's the propeller. I don't know. I don't know. There, that must be 1650, I think. So the bottom of the green arc. I think. I don't really understand this gauge because it goes round and round and round, but that's... let's just check what's going on with our altitude. So we're sinking a little bit. Yeah, you just have your tail number as a call sign there. True to when if you're in a private biz jet. And yeah, so honestly, my advice on that, on your question, Danology, is to read the manual, because what I'm doing is looking at the tables and making sort of sense of them. But yeah, we want a torque of 50 psi per engine now with these settings. So that's sort of what we're on anyway. You can see the torque pressure up at the top here, top gauge. So now we've got it sort of set up for normal cruise power. There's also an economy cruise power option with less torque. But anyway, yeah, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing today. I'm just going to let it descend a little bit. Let it descend gradually so that we are ready for our approach. And Blagio the captain and Danology, I don't think I saw your follow, but thank you for it. And thank you, Blagio. Welcome both of you to the channel. No worries, no worries. So your Stream Elements is just apropos of nothing, giving you a little bit of information there about Club Filbert, which is my subscription program. So if you'd like to become a subscriber, you get various perks depending on which tier you subscribe at, and there's a little box on the About section which talks you through exactly what you get for your money. Right, I'm less sure of where this airport is than I thought I was. Okay, no, I get it, It's, the airport we're going to is sort of over here, so we're going to fly along the coast and set ourselves up for a nice long final. Play the advert. I can't. I'm hand flying, boss. Where do you find the manual? So, yes, it is... Ooh, if you bought it through the marketplace, it'll probably be an official, I think. Ah, there we are. Where Melon said. Yeah, packages official Aerosoft Twin Otter documentation. That's the one. Okay, so we can start a bit more of a descent now, down to about 1,000 feet. Propellers can come full forward, ready for the landing. And we'll reduce our power to get it down. Again, I'm having to trim up so much. I feel that if I didn't trim, it would just nosedive as I reduce the power. Yeah, really short flight. We're doing a slightly longer one after this, up to Bird Island. And yeah, I think that's more like 40-45 minutes, something like that. So we might give the autopilot a whirl. But yeah, in real life, these Twin Otters hop backwards and forwards between Victoria and Praslin several times a day. They're just at it non-stop, pretty much. I think it's about 30 miles, something like that. Really, not a lot. Right, now someone mentioned a flaps placard somewhere above my head, I think he said. Ah, here we are. Flaps 10, 105, you're absolutely right. So let's get flaps 10 out now. And we'll do a little bit of sightseeing on our way in. Because why not? Morning, Jason, how are you? You might join Vapsim. You're already on IVAL, but Vapsim seems a lot scary. Yeah, it's more professional, I believe. I've never flown on IVAL, but that's my impression of it. That Vapsim takes it all that little bit more seriously, which does make it a little bit more scary. But it's good. I really like flying on Vapsim. Don't get too low if anyone's doing this approach. There's a lot of wind turbines here. So that's just using a general figure of 1,000 feet, but actually with hindsight I think maybe stay a little bit higher if you're flying in the same way as I am. The Twin Otter's going okay, yeah, it's okay. There are a few issues with it, but I think it's a fun plane. It's a fun plane to fly. I like it. You've flown in the Twin Otter on floats in the Maldives. God, you've lived a life, Jason. That must have been epic. So what I was told in the past is that IVAL has more controllers on in Europe and Vapsim has more controllers on in the US, but I haven't found that to be the case. When I've looked at VatSpy, I've found it fairly even Stevens between the two. Maldivian Airways, sorry. Nice. So much as we did at the other airport, we're not going to use all the runway. We're going to land, stop, and then backtrack, get out of the way for whoever's behind us, hopefully. I think the general chatter about the Kodiak being a better modelled aircraft is true. But I have room in my life for both. They're used very differently. Now, you wouldn't find many Kodiaks flying this sort of route, I don't think. I know, the water's gorgeous, isn't it? So again, I'm struggling with very, very small changes in the throttles, causing me to trim massively. But it's not a difficult plane to fly, I wouldn't have said. It's alright, it's alright. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but it's very smooth, very responsive. You love the sounds, do you? I think they're weird. It's like, as we were saying earlier, it's like they've got a low frequency hub and a high frequency hub, and it just sort of switches between the two. But apparently they've said they are going to work further on them, so that's good. I want to turn the yaw damper off, but I can't concentrate on the approach and then show the yokes and click the button, so I'm just not going to bother. I'll try and get it down. Sort of on the numbers, I think. Gosh, you see, yeah, you take a bit of power off and it just sinks like a stone. Then you put a bit of power on and it wants to take off again.
20, 10.
CRJ reversing down the runway, interesting. And it's pulling to the left a lot here. I do think that's the wind, because we had the same thing when we took off. I've not bothered with reverse thrust here because we don't need it. Yeah, there's no accounting for people in MSFS multiplayer. You just have to go with the flow, and if that means landing through a CRJ that's reversing down the runway, then that's what you have to do. I don't get the joy in that, really, but that's what people want to do. Who am I to tell them otherwise?
500.
Alex! Alex Boss! 500 bits!
How many otters? 2 otters. Twotters. Filber 2 butter 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 filber 2 butter.
Indeed. Thank you very, very much indeed, boss. That's very kind of you. 500 bits for that exceptionally smooth Twotter landing. It wasn't. It was landed as a Twotter should be landed, I've decided though. Oh, bless you. Thank you very much for that indeed. And nice to see you. Welcome to the stream. Enough, but I think so. Only just though. Now, is it just me, or has that static... Oh no, it's there. It's there. I thought that static Twin Otter had disappeared for a minute. But I was just looking in the wrong place for it. Okay, that was interesting. Oh, I've got a marshaller, but how the hell am I supposed to get to him without killing him? Ooh, there's a Frontier arriving. Nice. Everyone flying Jesus Airways, yeah. Hush now, Satira, thank you. I do, Jason, yeah. Well, not wing views as such, but quite a few cabin views. I don't understand your hand signals, young fella, me lad. Ah, now I understand this. So did I. I was absolutely convinced I was going to crash to desktop. Yeah, when we've parked, I will. If you'd been here on time, Jason, you'd have seen plenty of cabin views. Okay. Oh, you've only got... Where's your other baton? How am I supposed to see you crossing your batons if you only got one? Can't get the staff out here. Right. Let me just check my phone. Okay, it's interesting. Some pictures come through of our new office in the new building at work. It looks pretty good. Anyway, that's not what we're here to do. We're not here for me to check my phone. Stuff is on low cost mode, yeah. Can't afford more than one, but perhaps not. Perhaps not. Dear, right. Landing lights I've already turned off. Strobe I've turned off. Anti-ice we didn't use. We can reset the trim tabs in a minute. Anti-collision lights can come off. Parking brakes set. Propeller levers we can feather. What else? What else? Generators can come off. Fuel levers can come off. Fuel boost pumps can come off as well. And we can turn off all the light switches. Did you just hear some sort of ambient voice sounds in the background? So here's the cabin, Jason. Get that door open. Here's my other cabin view that I've got set up. And we're back where we started. Hang on, let me catch up in the chat because I think I've missed a bit. Nampilan, welcome. You missed a flight, but we're doing another one now. In fact, you missed 2 flights, but we've got one more to go. We're going to fly to Bird Island. And we're going to leave the plane there. So what we've just done was a scheduled flight that happens many times a day from here to Pralin and back. The one to Bird Island is going to be... We're simulating a charter flight. There's a lot of charter flights to the outlying islands. He's come from Las Vegas. What? How do you know? More of a let's see what it's like to spam Stream Element. But you spammed it with the right thing, Alex. You spammed it with the right thing. Also, I'm back on Streamlabs. I haven't had a chance to make Stream Elements work properly, unfortunately. He wants a hug, yeah. They don't have as many worries in the world, so only one baton. Yours stuttered like that yesterday. Also had some weird effects with weather. Really? Was that in the Twin Otter? Is this a Twin Otter thing, or is it just an MSFS bug du jour? You know, I don't know why I said that. It sounded much more pretentious than I thought it would. Yorkshire goes, what's this? You're signing up for VATSIM and it says your state or province. If I live northeast, should you put Yorkshire? For the UK, I normally leave it blank, to be honest, or put in like not applicable if that's an option, because we don't have states or provinces. Yeah, I don't know. If it has Yorkshire, then yeah, stick Yorkshire. You bought some bits, but no notification. Sad. But you haven't maybe you just you haven't gifted the bits, I think, Jason. So on Twitch, you buy a pot of bits, and then in the chat you have to type cheer and the number of bits you actually want to use. So that could be what's gone on there. You don't know if I answered, so you apologise, semi-distracted, but what's the Twin Otter's cruise speed? It can do 160 quite happily, but from what I've seen, it generally cruises around 135, 140 knots, something like that. I didn't answer. My apologies. I was also distracted.
100.
There we are. Oh, that's someone else. Chucksy! Thank you very much indeed. Welcome to the channel. What an entrance with 100 gifted bits. Thank you very much indeed. Oh, you're in the 152. Okay. So Jason, I will show you. So here, oh, it's capturing, capturing the wrong screen. Display 2. There we are. So yeah, here's the stream. If you want to gift bits, you click here. I can't share in my own channel, but you click this and it'll give you the option to give however many bits you want to in there. Or you just type like cheer 100 or 1000 or 10,000 or whatever you want, and then it'll bring up, then it'll do it that way as well. That is how one cheers bits. You don't have... Oh, just type a... What I normally do if it asks for a state is just type like a minus sign in there. Thank you, Alex. Below the text-to-speech threshold, and rightly so. No, thank you for helping you out, Poss. What's wrong with white Twitch? Right, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to nip to the loo, and yes, I do know where I'm going. I think I have FSBB in the GPS because I did fly there the other day, but I think it only gets added as part of this scenery. Sorry, Caffel, you'll get over it. You'll get over it. Right, I won't be a mo. Right, where were we? Oh yes, we just got back to Victoria, and now we're going to fly onwards to Bird Island. Only savages use light mode on Twitch. To be fair, Chatsy, I've just formatted my computer and started again, so I probably will switch it to dark mode. So you can't just type cheer, Jason. You need to type cheer and then the number of bits you want to cheer, like cheer 50 or whatever. That's it. Or you can click that button I showed you. That's the sort of thing you need to type. We're on Southeast Asia, Dazza. Okay, let's try and get set up for this next flight. Oh, he's found another baton. Good. Yes, I'm very impressed. I can see both your batons. You can go now, but thank you for your assistance. Right, let's see. Yeah, all one word. Or click the little cheer button as I showed.
500.
There we go. I'm going to assume anonymous cheerer is Jason. It's too much of a coincidence otherwise. Oh no, maybe not, because they typed a non-500. Whoever you are, thank you very much indeed for the 500 bits. That's very, very generous of you. Thank you very much. Got your finally not sus as hell Air America PC6 Turbo Porter. Oh, nice. just. Oh, it was you. Oh, good. How did you manage to do it anonymously? It's like you ignored everything that was said and just typed a non-500. And I guess maybe it's an option. I don't know. Anyway, I don't care. I don't care whether it's anonymous or not. 500 bits is 500 bits and very much appreciated, Jason. Thank you. 30 seconds is not enough time to start hype. No, it's not. It's not. RIP. Maybe later, though. Maybe later. Right, so now I'm just going to... Oh, hang on. Why don't we just... Can we just delete these? I want to just... There we are. Clear. Ooh. Oh. Oh, no, I put it back again now. Clear. And now I want to move up to the row above. And I want to change this to F. Oh. God, this is so fiddly. S. Is it FSBB? I think it's FSBB. Yeah. FS. Oh, it'd help if I used the right bloody display, wouldn't it? FS. B. Oh, it's not there. It's not there. Oh, this is a nightmare. Yeah, because you bought the scenery, didn't you, Paul? I could have sworn I had it in before. Oh, well. Oh, well, we have a little nav map. We'll use that. Careful. Oh, dear. Oh, FSSB! Thank you very much for typing it many, many times so that I'd actually look at it. FSSB, there we are. Thank you very much indeed. Good, enter. Why has it added this nonsense? What's FSPP? I don't want that. Go away. And now I push that in. And now I push flight plan. And now we have a flight plan, I believe. What a noob. What a noob. I can't argue with that. I'd like to, but I just can't. Oh dear. Right, let's get going. Let's get going. Hopefully when I start my engines he'll get the hint and go away, so I don't have to run him over.
200.
Satira!
Filber 2 oof, 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 Filber 2 oof.
Thank you very, very, very much. Indeed. Everyone's being very generous this morning. It's much appreciated. Thank you. And richly deserved oofs as well, it must be said. Right, should we start some engines? Fuel selector's still in normal because I haven't changed it. Get the old booster pumps on. Get some old lights on actually, shouldn't we really? So, fasten belt, no smoking. Anti-collision light and position can come on. Flight compartment lights can come on. And we'll get the right engine started first. Again. A little bit of noise in here. We're looking for 12%. 12% of something. That one. And fuel in. Engine started. So it's not that complicated, this plane. Once you've flown it a couple of times, it's pretty easy. It does sound funnier than the butter, it's true. He did get another baton, I know. Someone's brought him one out. So when you do Twitch emotes, it looks at your channel name and like takes the first 5 letters, I think. So FILBE, so there's 6 letters. But there's someone else whose channel name starts with Filbert, which is why I'm Filbert2. Need a bit of a Twitch training session. Yes, but I think someone else should do it, Jason, because I'm not impartial here. I might just end up making you spend all of your money before you know what's happened. He's watching the stream trying to act like it never happened. Yeah, exactly. Or one of his colleagues is. Okay, so we can unfeather the right propeller. And because of the way I've got my binds set up, we have to do it that way. So we'll do both at once. And we'll start the left engine. %12 of GG. Fuel in. You need unfeathering. Yeah, because you've cheered before. That's not your first cheer, right? It must have forgotten. But then, to be fair, it isn't obvious. It's not like YouTube where you just... well, I guess YouTube doesn't have cheering, but if you want to do a super chat, it's pretty obvious how you do it, isn't it? Too bad for him, it's already on a clip. He had only one... Oh, no. Just when he thought he might have got away with it. Good, so that's 2 good engine starts, isn't it? Power levers 15% forward. Radios are done. Compass and gyros are fine. Altimeters and clocks are set. Anti-collision position lights are on. Nice. Let's get the taxi light on and get out of here again. He has not got the hint. Oh, he's lost it again. I reckon it's one of his mates playing a trick on him, to be honest. I reckon they're just running up behind him and grabbing it out of his hand. A330 has a tree sticking out of his cockpit, does he? Please get out of the way. Oh dear. Oh well. Soz. You left me no choice, really. Can you try sprinkler sounds on the TTS by donating bits? I've no idea what sprinkler sounds are, but by all means, give it a go. I think it's. I think I've set it at 50 minimum for the TTS. I think. Moradin's Franken 330 has a tree sticking out. It doesn't for me. It's got an Emirates 777 tail sticking out of his cockpit for me. Squish, yeah. Alex, was it you who was interested in being a mod? I couldn't remember who it was. Oh, you turned statics off, right? You're on default scenery, there's no ramp, just a field. Where are you then? That's not you. Who's who? That's Johnny F73. I don't know who Johnny F73 is. Is that you? Is that you behind me, Alex? Oh no, there he is. There he is. Oh, sorry, not Alex. Sam. Oh yeah, we landed in the opposite direction, didn't we? I'm just going to take off in this. Let's look at the meta. Hang on. Let's try and keep some vague illusion of immersion at least, shall we? Yeah, we want to take off on 30, which is to the left, because the wind is from like 340, something like that. So we're going to take off towards those 2 aircraft. Had it right for takeoff, did not have it right for landing. Yeah, I didn't want to turn the statics off though, to be honest, because otherwise these airports would be totally dead 99% of the time.
100.
My sprinkler goes like this: TS 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 T, and comes back like T T T T T T T T T T T T.
Is this what you were hoping for, Treat We Went? No, I think it just gives up on pronouncing other words. Like words with more than so many letters in them. I'd have thought maybe if it was just TS, 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 it might work. I don't know. I don't know. So we're just gonna have to go all the way down to the end again. Having to use an awful lot of right rudder. I'm not sure the live weather's getting these winds right. Getting famous, people are doing voice. Is that a sign of fame, is it? It was very rude of the Frontier to take off in front of me, yeah. Let me just set my trims for takeoff, which I should have done earlier, really. But what can I say? It's a free-for-all on MSFS multiplayer, as we have seen, so yeah, this is enough runway. Spin it around. There'll come a point when I'll need to turn it off. What? Are you talking about the statics? Okay, so strobe lights on. Taxi light can come off. We don't need pitot heat. Landing lights can come on. Flaps should be set at 10. Can't remember if I've done it or not. I have not. Flaps 10. And off we go again. Off to Bird Island. Having to use a lot of left rudder here. Bit of right aileron into the wind. Centre the rudders, and that was not a bad little takeoff. Flaps can come up. There'll be 777 spam before. I don't even know what that is. Now we'll make a right turn out direct to Bird Island. No more than 15 degrees of bank in the climb, preferably.
Don't you just hate it when your cat wakes you up like this? Meow, 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 meow.
I do treat me when I do. And thank you, boss, for another 100 bits. Very kind of you. I did set takeoff right rudder, but that wasn't the issue. The issue was the crosswind. Talking of which, we can stick the rudder trim back in the middle, and we'll climb a little bit higher for this leg, seeing as we've got further to go. Let's go for 3,000 feet, and then we're going to try the autopilot out. So we can admire the cabin and the outside views and that. Prop levers can come right back to 75%, and the power levers can come back as well. Okay, CDI.
The lawnmower goes shiriri baba boom shiriri riri.
That's quite good. That is quite good. And thank you once. Well, thank you, Chucksy. Thank you, Chucksy, for the 100 bits. Much appreciated. And Cartman Bruh, thank you very much for the follow. Ooh, who's that? Oh, it's a ship. It's none of us. Right, so we want to change that to GPS, so that's now on GPS. We want to set up...
300.
That's wrong, isn't it?
Let's see if this works.
77,777,777,777. Brilliant. Thank you very much, Sojourn. And we're on a level 1 hype train. So thank you all of you who have contributed to that. Much appreciated. I'm a little bit confused by this because it says we're going to FSSB, we're bang on course, but the CDI is not showing us the right course, even though we're on...
I taught a putty tat.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you very much indeed. So what we're going to do then, we're not going to be able to use nav mode, but we can use heading mode. So, autopilot on, heading, altitude.
100.
My rafflecopter goes SOI 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 SOI.
Does it really? Does it really? Why does it normally work? Does it normally work? I wonder if it's a difference between Streamlabs text-to-speech and some other platforms text-to-speech or something. Don't know. The ship does seem to be faster than me. It's definitely giving us a run for our money. It's alright, we've beaten him now. So we have here Wojciech in his DC-6. We have Paul in his Twin Otter. Who else do we have? We have Pete, Sam Pete in his Porter, I think. Johnny F. We got Dazza with us now. Awesome. Big Moist is a name that I know, but I can't remember who he is. And we're off to Bird Island. And because my GPS is showing me something completely different to this instrument, and I have no idea why, I'm going to try and zoom out and make sure it is actually the line. Oh, it's still got that other airport in it, even though it says we're going to FSSB. That's weird. Okay, let's adjust our heading left. Because we don't really need to fly over... is it Pazla? Can't remember what it's called now. The last airport we landed at. We don't need to fly over there. Danny, yeah, we're on Southeast Asia server. We're on the Southeast Asia server. Yeah, you're very welcome. At least you got At least I got your money. That is all that matters, really, Jason. And Jeff Bezos got his cut as well. Sorry, I've missed loads of chat.
100.
Half a league, half a league, half a league onward. All in the Valley of Death rode the 600. Forward, the Light Brigade. Charge for the guns, he said. Into the Valley of Death rode the 600.
Stirring stuff. Stirring stuff, boss. I use the Southeast Asia server because it tends to be less busy. Oh, sorry, I missed some. Missed a lot of chat. It's Mazzy Milkcart. Welcome.
100.
My trains at work go cho 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 cho.
Brilliant. There we are. See, you nailed it now, Jason. You nailed it. Thank you very much indeed, boss, for another 100 bits. Someone said something. Could a difference in readback speeds? I don't even know how you change a readback speed, but it could be. Streams buffering. Is it buffering for anyone else? It was apparently a misunderstood odor. That's why they went to the Valley of Death. Misunderstood order? Really? No, I didn't know that.
$100.
Banana nana nana banana 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 nana banana nana.
See, that worked. And thank you very, very much for another 100 bits, Treedwin. And level 1 hype train. Thank you all for contributing to that. Stewie, good morning, boss. How are you? Welcome to the stream. We are on our third leg of the day. We have come from Victoria. We flew to Praslin, and we flew back to Victoria. This is where we were earlier. There's the airport. I don't know if you can see that actually. There's the airport down here that we landed on. We flew back to Victoria, and now we're doing a charter flight up to Bird Island. And it probably is worth turning the landing lights off for this leg. And we should definitely have turned the generators on as well. I got a bit casual with this one. I was just like, yeah, I know how to fly this plane now. No biggie. Didn't follow the whole checklist. Good, I'm pleased you're doing well. You're not too late. You're not too late at all, boss. Descending into chaos. It was. They were supposed to go somewhere else, to the right side of where they went instead of to where they went. Oh, right. It's typos, Satir. It's only typos. Adam. Great plan. I think it is a great plan. Yeah, I think so. So I think we're going to see when we arrive. I kind of want to be done by 12:30 today because I've got so much I ought to be doing instead of pretending to fly planes. So yeah, I think we'll make this our last leg, and we will leave the plane in Bird Island. But yeah, it's been fun, isn't it? It's not over yet. I'm talking like it's over.
100.
It's not over yet.
Slippery serpents that hide in the grass, they hiss and they strike, terrifyingly fast, in desert and grassland, forest and scrub, they sniff at the air as they hunt for their grub. Their targets they flee, but are they too slow? As we watch from a distance, feel the tension.
No! No, is there a character limit? Wait, I'm going to have to fix it. This is my poem. This is my poem. I'm not having it be cut off. Bishop R6S, welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for the follow. Change the limit. I wasn't aware of limits either. Hang on. Streamlabs dashboard. In the meantime, let me go back to a bit of a cabin view for you all, while I fiddle around with this. Essentials alert box. Right, where are text-to-speech settings on this? Minimum bits to alert 20. Bits message settings. Show message enabled. Thank you, Mark. Yes, I was helping Kai with a poem that he had to do for English in the Discord the other day, and this was what I came up with. I don't know how to change it. I legit have no idea how to change it. Maybe it's under general settings. Profanity filter. Alert parries. Don't know what that means. Unlimited alert moderation delay. Don't know what that means either. I must have found the text-to-speech settings, otherwise I wouldn't have been able to set it up in the first place. I just don't know where they are now. Oh well, I'm not going to spend ages looking for it now. I'll do that in my own time, not your time. Feel the tension grow, some Linux guy. Linux guy. Feel the tension grow.
100.
I have to go to work. Boo-hoo. See you soon.
Oh, Jason, bad luck. And thank you again for all the bits you've donated today. Most generous. And yeah, much appreciated, boss. Have a good shift. Could I please look out over the left wing? Yes. So I got this preset here, but this is kind of too... Oh, wow. It's that weird Frontier plane. Gosh, you're doing well to keep it this slow. Why is there no 1080p? Do you know, I think I might do the Caribbean next Twin Otter stream, generic pilot. Yeah.
100.
There was a professor called Stock who invented a marvelous lock. He locked himself in a very big bin and never got over the shock.
That is a work of art, Mark. That is fantastic. Did you just come up with that? That's really good. Really good, if you did. Why is there no 1080p? I don't know. There should be 1080p. Unless my bloody Streamlabs settings have changed. No, there isn't, is there? My Streamlabs settings must have reset somehow. Oh well. No, I didn't, Stewie. I don't know how. Do you know how, boss? I could not find a way of resetting the text. I couldn't find the text-to-speech settings at all. I assume it's on like Streamlabs dashboard and then alert box, but I can't find where you change text-to-speech. Oh, here it is. Open text-to-speech. There's no limit. There's no limit option. Sorry, what else have I missed, Danny? Is it true that MSFS doesn't know FSPP and FSAR? I think it is, yeah. Yeah, I think it is. Unless you have the add-on, they're not there. You're a long way off, but that's because you're probably going the right way and I'm going sort of halfway to the other airport, to Propeller, and then back on myself. And when you're a kid... Oh, right, halfway to your book presentation. Exciting times. Exciting times, Mark. I don't suppose I can fix my output settings midstream. I'm pretty sure I can't, but I can try. Output, streaming. Stream. Yeah, no, I can't change it. I don't know why it's lost my settings. You should be able to get 1080p, of course. Oh, thank you for checking, Chucksy. So we're using, in terms of add-ons, we're using the Aerosoft Twin Otter, and we're using FSDG's Seychelles scenery for MSFS, which you can buy through Aerosoft. Well, you can buy it through a lot of places, really, but I'll give you a link to the Aerosoft shop if you're interested. And that's it. That's all we're using: the plane and the scenery. Right, let us turn ourselves further left and fly direct to this bloomin' airport. So we cut the corner of our random flight plan via Propeller, but we're not pointing the right way anymore. 28 nautical miles to go. Should be able to do a direct to though, shouldn't we? Well, obviously I don't want to go direct to FSIA. F. S. S. B. Enter. Activate, yes. Right, has that sorted out? Yes, so now we should be able to use nav mode, I think. As I was saying earlier, my understanding is that not many Twin Otters have autopilots, but this one does, so we're gonna test it out. No worries, Danny. Yeah, it is pricey. It is pricey, but it does include every island in the Seychelles and all of their airports, so you get quite a lot. It's not just the 3 airports we're looking at today. Thank you, Stewie. Appreciate it. Yeah, that's what someone else said as well. Shame though. Shame. I'm going to have to recite my poem to you myself, I think, to make up for it. I don't do much spoken word poetry, but I'll give it my best shot. Slippery serpents that hide in the grass, they hiss and they strike, terrifyingly fast. In desert and grassland, forest and scrub, they sniff at the air as they hunt for their grub. Their targets they
100.
flee.
There was a young goat called Heather,
wait.
whose tether was a piece of leather. In a minute or two she chewed it right through, and that was the end of her tether.
Very good, very good. And thank you for another 100 bits. These are adding up, Mark, and it's much appreciated. As I was saying, their targets they flee, but are they too slow? As we watch from a distance, feel the tension grow. Run rabbit, run mouse, run frog and run deer. When snakes clamour slithering, best not to be near. Thank you. Wrote that the day before yesterday. You're the first audience I've performed it to. We have to use Discord, people. No, not at all, man. Not at all. Not at all. I'll be interrupted for 100 bits, boss. It's not a problem. I mean, if you leave the serpent alone, it won't strike. Hang on. What did I... Yeah, but we're talking... Yeah, but, I mean... They're hiding in the grass and then they're striking at their prey. I'm talking about them striking at the rabbits, mice, frogs and deer rather than us as observers feeling the tension grow. Thank you, Alex. Thank you. Just hit send and I started. It's fine. No worries at all. Yeah, talking of Discord. Talking of Discord, you must all come and join my Discord server, which is where we hang out in between streams, and if you're a Club Filbert member, you'll see me doing quite a few impromptu streams in there as well. But for everyone, there is now a poetry channel, which Kai requested, and I added. It's quite controversial because some people are Philistines, but yeah, come write some poetry in the poetry channel. It's the place to be at the moment. You never liked poetry. It's not for everyone. I assume the rest of that sentence, Satira, was going to be, I never liked poetry until I just heard you recite your Snakes poem. And now I love it? Is that where that was going? Yeah, you should, Stu, you should. There's quite a bit in there already. It's alright. Just ignore Scott. He is one of those Philistines about who I was speaking. And yeah, he's not banning anyone. He's not a mod. He's not banning anyone. He's all talk. William's a mod, but he's not allowed to ban anyone for poetry. What was said the other day? Can't remember. Jake said something that made me laugh. Yes. So Scott used the ban hammer emote on a very nice poem that Jake wrote for me, which I'll read out as well now. Actually, I think Filbert Flies. He's the guy. His amazing poems make me cry. Unlucky on the lottery. Your content is always quality. Really nice little poem that he wrote for me. 8 o'clock yesterday morning. Scott reacts with a ban hammer. I told Jake to just ignore him because he doesn't appreciate art. Jake replied, haha, silly Scott. And I couldn't agree more. Mod actions can be bought for a price. It's possibly true. But mods come and go, Scott, if you know what I mean. Mods come and go. Like root ringing? What's root ringing? Can see some gems already in the channel. What's there or what's just been posted? Anything? No, nothing today, I don't think. Oh, the channel's at the very bottom. Yeah, the channel's right down. Yeah, unless you're in Club Filbert, in which case it's somewhere in the middle. But yeah, it's the bottom of the general bit. What's the nodders in relation to, Caffel? That mods come and go, or that mods can be bought? Oh, like root vote rigging, yeah. Oh dear. Okie dokie. I think what we'll do is we'll start our descent, because this is Bird Island up ahead of me. Can I just let's just turn the autopilot off, innit? Oof, those sounds. Not good. I guess. Careful, I of all the mods, I always saw you as the least corruptible. To be honest. Overlay, I didn't update. It's actually saying we haven't set off, I think. Sorry, I forgot to update that. So let me do that now, see if it has FSSB in its database. Yeah, it does. There we are. And that's true. Good. You could be a loyal mod. Who's a mod, by the way? So we have Caffel, Ben, Simon, and William. That's the mod team. $60,000 Philbier's original poem from Phil, but no plagiarism. It's tempting. It's tempting. But I tell you what's even more tempting, Wojciech. Free poem for everyone who signs up to Club Philbert Emerald. That's more tempting. Caffel may not be corrupt, but Caffel isn't your only option. No, he's not. He's not. But it was the nod. It was the nodders emoji that made me wonder, that made me question that. Just testing. You've not flown on multiplayer before, but can you see me behind you? Your name played like the others. Let's have a look. See. Everyone appears to have disappeared. Everyone. So I think perhaps multiplayer is having a bit of a moment at the moment. So what we're going to do is sort of overfly Bird Island, because the airport, as I say, is not really an airport so much as a grass strip. Let's get the autopilot back on. Altitude. So it can keep us at 1300. Let's have a quick look at Google Maps. I don't have little nav map open. Oh yeah, so it's sort of on the southern edge of the island, so where we're facing. But I still want to overfly it so that we can work out exactly what direction it points in, because it's wrong in little nav map. It doesn't know what direction the runway goes in. 235 and 55 for the two heading. Oh, thank you. Let's see if I can get... I mean, I won't have meta, but let's see what the nearest is. So yeah, we're still looking at the Victoria meta. We're expecting winds from 345? No, 340. So I guess we'll go 25 then. Oh, sorry, 235. 235. It's going to be a crosswind either way. If you're going for 5-5, we'll go for 5-5. Yes, so this is the runway. Shall be able to see if there's a huge... Yeah, but everyone's disappeared for me. I don't know why. Oh no, there's someone up there. Maybe it's just my nameplates have disappeared. I'm pressing the backspace, which is supposed to do it in my mod. Yeah, alright, so what we'll do is... I think you've got it pretty much spot on, Wojciech. We'll land from left to right as we're looking at it now. So we'll overfly the airport, far too low probably. We'll do a left downwind, a left base, and nail it. That's the plan. Predictions are not on. If there is a mod here who would like to do predictions, then please do. Actually, I don't even have Volanta open. So yeah, no predictions today, boss. Sorry. It is pretty much a beach landing, yeah. Ooh, there's another yacht down there. Nice. Okay, let's turn to downwind. Landing with gear intact. Thank you. Thank you for the vote of confidence, Stewie. Nice. Nice little downwind. Ah, that'll be Wojciech there, I guess. I think my nameplate mod has broken. So what we'll do is we'll try and maintain some semblance of civility and turn in behind him on base. Rather than what I would have done, which is just cut across in front of him there. Barrow but shorter, yeah. It is grassy, it's not proper beach landing. But I think it's kind of sandy grass. We'll extend the downwind just a little bit more and then turn base. Should do us as long as he gets out of the way. No, not Tundra tyres. Now, I don't know for certain what Air Seychelles uses, but looking at the photos, they just look like normal tyres to me. So that's the variant I've opted for. And we'll get our power right down so we can get our flaps out. There's flaps 10. Oh, I see Junie F73's nameplate, just not the others. And we'll turn final, get a bit more flaps out. 20. Slightly late turn to final there. I blame Wojciech even though he's lined up and I'm not. And we'll keep our speed down to give him a bit of room. Try and maintain about 80 for now. Landing lights can come on. See what I mean there? It's just like a clearing in the trees. If you don't have the add-on, it's just a green and brown blob, is it? It's a shame. I have no longer got eyes on Wojciech. Ah well, it's MSFS multiplayer. If we land at the same time, it's absolutely fine. Oh, you've landed already, have you? Maybe I got mixed up between you and Big Voiced. Almost went into the ocean. Yeah, we've got quite the crosswind here. You can see how much I'm having to crab. There are markings as you get closer, but there are no numbers, so it's very hard to have an accurate aiming point, really. Fun though. Continue.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Sugar. It really wanted to tip over there. Okay, top tip for crosswind landings. Get loads and loads of interwing aileron before you touch down. Anyway, welcome to Bird Island, which, as you can see, has not a lot on it. Thanks, Stewie, much appreciated. Right, we'll turn around and park at... Well, I hesitate to say terminal, but there is a parking area. Oh, Alex! Alex Agent Squash Boss, welcome! How are you? I haven't seen you for yonks. Think I break the landing gear as I hit one of those bricks. What, these bricks that mark the edges of the runway? Did I hit one? Got out of your way just in time. Thank you, boss. You're remembering how painful P3D... Oh, tell me about it. So I've just reinstalled... I basically did a complete fresh install of Windows, formatted my whole system, and P3D is just not playing ball. I'm getting device hung errors, but you know it normally comes up with the name of your graphics card when you get one of those. For me, it's coming up with the name of my onboard graphics, Intel UH900 or whatever the hell it is, and I just haven't got a clue how to fix it. I'm just trying random things and it's driving me bonkers, and I can't disable it because I have my second monitor plugged in to my onboard graphics rather than my Nvidia card. So yeah, it's a nightmare. Are you starting from scratch with yours as well? My track IR clip is called a Delan clip, D-E-L-A-N, or D-E-L-E-N, can't remember which. Yeah, give up on P3D, boss. Ooh, nice. I mean, don't give up on it forever, but get yourself in MSFS, do some Twin Otter flying. It's a very nice antidote. What am I doing? Landing lights off. Yeah, didn't put them on. Saves time, didn't it? Strobes can come off. Generators can come off. Bleedo we didn't use. We'll feather the props. It's only because MSFS has an awful looking Heathrow. It does have an awful looking Heathrow, that is undeniable. Check BIOS for GPU priority. I did, and I changed it. This is what I found out last night. I changed it to PCI, but it didn't stick. So I change it, I save the settings, and then I load back in, go to the BIOS, and it's not there. It's gone back to the onboard. Which I wonder if is maybe something I need to change because it's getting the wrong... Look at this madness. Oh, dearie me. Yeah, I wonder if I should just unplug my monitor and then change it and then plug my second monitor back in. New plan, actually, though, is that I have ordered a new cable. So rather than having to plug it into the HDMI, I can plug it into the display port, one of the spare display ports on my graphics card, so I have both monitors running off that. Will it work? I don't know. The BIOS is up to date. This is how this all began. Ooh, that's encouraging, Alex. Good news. Anyway, this is all very boring for everyone except me. In fact, it's very boring for me as well. I don't know how to fix it. Hopefully this cable will do it. If not, I'll dick around with the BIOS a little bit more and hopefully get there. Fuel cut-off. And here we are. Ooh, we have a caravan here. Nice. Good choice of plane. And yeah, welcome to Bird Island. I did just wake up at 3 AM and spend 1,300 quid on your GPU. Yeah, but that's nothing compared with a 3090, as you say. Yeah, I'm looking at a new system in the near future. Caffel, sorry, you're off. Yes, have a good shift, boss. See you soon. Yeah, so I flashed my BIOS with a view to updating Windows 11 to Windows 11. Not because I particularly wanted Windows 11, just because I wanted to start afresh. And my view is that if you're starting fresh, to clear out all of the gubbins from your computer, and then you may as well install the latest OS. I know other Alex Zapp would probably disagree with this, but anyway. And that, yeah, trashed my system, so I had to do it immediately, which was a shame. Like, as in it wouldn't even boot after I flashed my BIOS. So compared with where I was, my P3D problems now are pretty minor. So you're going to be streaming again, Alex, Agent Squash, Alex. How lucky did you get, Melon, Paul Melon, Lord Shin Kicker 444? The people in the caravan disappointed because they cannot find the shower block. My mind still can't wrap itself around the new GPU prices. I know. There's no sign of them getting better, is there? No sign at all. Yes, but not as Agent Squash. Ooh. As what? You're starting a whole new account, Alex, or what? Yes, I believe that. Yes, I'm trying to just ignore the tube liners, to be honest with you. There's only so much my immersion can take, you know. A year more or two, yeah. Well, this is why I'm looking at getting a system built, because I think it's probably better value. You know, mine's about 5 years old anyway, so I'd quite like a new CPU, new motherboard, and all the rest of it. But yeah, so that's so Plan B is oh my goodness me. Plan B is getting a new system built. Plan A is just hanging this out for as long as I can, because I'm getting pretty good performance in MSFS with my current setup, so it's fine. You're calling it Top of the Tower. Just need a new TV for it. You'd build me a PC, would you, Alex? I shall bear that in mind. But the thing is, I've looked at... I mean, I could do it myself. I used to build PCs. It can't be that much has changed. But once you price up all the components, you're not really much better off than getting one from, like, Wired to Fire, who I got my current one from. When you got it, you paid 2,600 Australian for it. Price now for the same card. Really? Wow, you did get lucky. So why the rebrand? I like the name. By the way. But how come? Meanwhile, you're thinking of retiring your Haswell CPU and go full Alder Lake. We'll see. Yeah, fair enough. I don't know what either of those words mean, but it sounds like a very good plan, Stewie. I'm just a hardware noob. Remember the time you could buy all components in one go? British Farm remembers. Yeah. Awesome. Right, I think I'm going to call it a day there. I am half tempted to fly back, but I have got so much I need to do today. So yes, I am going to end it there. I hope you've enjoyed it. Slightly different sort of a stream today. Yeah, a bit of flying around the Seychelles. Twin Otter overall verdict, quite good. Sounds need a lot of work, but they are working on them still. Slightly odd in the descent. The amount of trim you need doesn't feel all that realistic to me, but at the same time, can't be helped. You know, I can't swear blind that that's not how a real Twotter feels. But overall, a lot of fun to fly. Very useful plane. Very nice looking. Beautiful modelling. Awesome texturing inside and out. And yeah, if you like this kind of flying, I would recommend it. If you're a bit like, oh, I fancy a new plane and I want the best plane I can get for my money, then this isn't it. That's my summary. Yes, let's just see before I go if there's anyone streaming who we could raid. There's Jamie. There's Captain Nav. See what they're both up to. Captain Nav is doing Edinburgh to Toulouse in the PMDG 747. He's a real-world captain in the 777, so could watch him. Or Jamie, yeah, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Any preference for the raid? Go, Jamie, you're on. Those of you in Club Filbert Gold and Emerald, I'll see you in the post-stream voice chat in about 10 minutes. But for now, I shall bid you adieu. Thank you very much to everyone who has supported me today. So Mark with lots and lots of bits, at least 200, probably more, 300. Don't know, lots of 100-bit donations today, which is always nice. So thank you for those. Welcome to all our new followers. Jason, thank you for your multiple bits as well, and Wojciech, and Zap Alex, who's been particularly generous, as has Satira. Yeah, it's really kind of all of you. Much appreciated. And I will see you for the next stream, which is on Saturday at 1300 Zulu over on YouTube. We're back in the A32NX. Bye-bye.